Hello everyone, my name is Ben, welcome back to the B.G.P.D, and today we're going to be talking about what the Backrooms are as a whole. Now before I explain any levels or anything related to the Backrooms, I have to explain to you exactly what the Backrooms are and how you get to them. So that's what we're going to be doing today, starting with the most misunderstood concept in the Backrooms, which is no-clipping. So, no-clipping. No-clipping is where you basically break the laws of physics and the universe, the real world, decides, you know what, we can't have you here anymore. We have to chuck you into a place where your new laws of physics make sense. So, here we have our example, Guy, and Guy is currently in the real world. Let's say one of his daily surfaces or objects that he uses daily becomes glitched. Like, say, hold on. There we go, his car keys. So, Guy goes to grab his car keys, but little does he know, even though the car keys don't look any different, their entire molecular structure defies every single law of physics that should be, like, constant in our world. So once he touches them, his molecular structure has now also been altered to match that of the keys. And it's at this point the universe decides, you know what, this is becoming a problem. So it sends both the keys and Guy into the Backrooms, which is an area where the laws of physics don't really have that much consistency. So the real world is safe and all the junk is just chucked into the Backrooms. Alright, so here's where stuff is going to get confusing and a little bit of theoretical physics. So, this is Guy again, and he's on a two-dimensional graph. But once he interacts with those car keys, which are glitched and in separate dimensions at the same time, his two-dimensional graph turns into a three-dimensional graph, because his molecular structure, once he touches the key, has been shifted up a few dimensions. So now that he's a two-dimensional figure on a three-dimensional graph, he's going to fall through the entirety of the graph, and while he's falling through the graph, existence realizes, wait a second, this shouldn't be happening. He's a two-dimensional figure on a three-dimensional plane. That's impossible, right? So it puts the two-dimensional figure in a place where every single dimension can exist, and that's the Backrooms. So once you understand that part, we're going to go ahead and replace every time that I said two-dimensional with three-dimensional, and every time that I said three-dimensional with 11-dimensional, because that's how many dimensions the Backrooms is. So now that Guy is in the Backrooms, he cannot get back into the real world. Why is this? Well, that's because Guy's molecular structure, like I've said multiple times, has been shifted onto a dimension that cannot interact with this world without falling straight through it. So while he could try to get back, he's stuck in a higher dimension that can't go lower, right? Because a cube can't make itself a square. So this new Guy, this new higher dimension level Guy, cannot interact with our world anymore because we're simply just not in the same reality anymore. Alright, so now let's answer the elephant in the room. What is the Backrooms? A lot of people believe that the Backrooms are just these yellow hallways that you see here, and this is like the most common image that you might see of the Backrooms. This is because this is just level 0. This is the tutorial level, kind of. The first level that you will encounter when you get into the Backrooms. The Backrooms itself is much larger than just level 0. The Backrooms itself is actually called the Blue Channel, and the Blue Channel is an area outside of our normal multiverse, and it's affected by a realm of human thought called the Noosphere. Now, what happens to create the Blue Channel, or the stuff inside the Blue Channel, is that whenever a human forgets something, or is about to forget something, that something becomes a level inside of the Backrooms, just so that it isn't completely forgotten, like a form of self-preservation for memories. So all of these little levels that you see here on this map of the Blue Channel, all these little dots, are like semi-forgotten human memories. So all of these levels are interconnected on a dimensional plane that is higher than the 11th dimension. So they're all overlapping on a dimension that we can't actually perceive or like number. And that's how you go between levels. You're no-clipping in between them because they're all kind of overlapped, but physically they're not overlapped. They're quantum entangled. So when you no-clip inside of an area like level 0, level 0 is quantum entangled with level 1. So you would enter from level 0, you'd fall through level 0 into level 1, going deeper into the rabbit hole. And this explains how you can't actually go back to the front rooms, which is our universe, because the Backrooms is like below our world. So think of it this way. Once you fall down from the front rooms into the Backrooms, you can't climb back up. All you can do is fall further, and that's going through the levels. Now, what happens when a Backrooms level, or the memory that's attached to a Backrooms level, is completely forgotten? Let's explain that here. Both of these levels are both level 14. One of them is a paradise forest, which only seems to be a paradise until you realize the truth out of a mental block. And the other is an abandoned military hospital, which is infinite and twisting hallways, just like the rest of the Backrooms. Now, these are both numerically level 14, but the military hospital is actually a past version of level 14 that had wilted like a dead leaf off a tree. And Paradise, or the level 14 that's now in existence, is the new version of level 14 after the military hospital had decayed. This life cycle of the Backrooms is called, like I just said, Decay. And eventually, after a Backrooms level is completely forgotten or just not paid attention to anymore, the Backrooms will wilt the level and make a new level so that new memory can be retained by the Wanderers inside of the Backrooms and therefore preserve itself just a little bit longer. Now, the military hospital still exists inside the Backrooms in a completely different place, but it's no longer the same level 14 as the new Paradise. Now, a question that is asked a lot is, what version of the Backrooms is the real version? Like, there's a lot of different canons, like the one by Kane Parsons, or the Wikidot, the fandom, BNTG, all of these. All of these Backrooms versions, even the ones that are made from fan games, are all real. And that's because the Backrooms as itself is not only fractured in space, but also in time. Every single one of these versions of the Backrooms is another timeline of the Backrooms that all exist simultaneously in the same space. So the one from Escape the Backrooms, or the one by Kane Parsons, they might exist in the same space, but they are accessed in different timelines. It's like the Marvel Universe. It's like a multiverse, but they're all in the same space instead of them being different universes. And this is accessed by the parallel Front Rooms version, or like the multiverse that is closest to the Backrooms timeline. So our universe, which is the one that I'm going to be explaining, the Backrooms timeline that is closest to our universe, can be accessed from our universe or from another level in the Backrooms that could send you to a different timeline. So yeah, that's basically it. That's the overarching rules for the Backrooms, how you get in and why you can't get out. Of course, there's all the levels with all their own laws of physics and stuff, but I will explain all of those in their own videos. Expect everything that I said in this video to be a constant throughout the Backrooms. Like Noclipping, it works in basically every single level. That's how you get between levels. There's always going to be those one or two outliers that will be like stated in the videos. But if you guys have any more questions, leave them down in the comments below. Subscribe. I hope you have a great rest of your day.